Hello, viewers out there. You're welcome to Sports Orbit once again. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is also here in the studio. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha. Solicitor.
Yeah, yesterday on this program, we told you about the draws for the NPFL and the scheduled beginning of the season. And yesterday, draws were held, and the league is going to start actually on January 8th. And ahead of that, champions Rivers United will kick off their campaign against Lobi Stars of Makodi, and that encounter will be on the 8th of January and will take place at the Adokie Amir Siyameka Stadium in Port Harcourt. The draw ceremony for the NPFL 22-2023 season took place yesterday in Abuja, while the 20 teams have been divided into two groups of 10 teams each after the IMC decided to adopt an abridged format for the new season. The top three teams in each group will meet in a league format to decide the overall winner. And also, like we said yesterday, 100 million naira has been earmarked as the prize, total prize for the overall winner of the league. So as it stands currently, there are two groups. In Group A, we have Kwara United, Nasra United, Plateau United, Gombe United, El Kanemi Warriors, Aimba FC, Aqua United, Benden Insurance, Newcomers, Shooting Stars, and Remo Stars. While Group B has the likes of Niger Tornadoes, Doma United, who just also gained promotion to the NPFL. Wiki Tories, Lobi Stars are also there. Rivers United, Abia Warriors, Dakota FC, Rangers International, Sunshine Stars, and Bielsa United. So two groups, 10 each. Like we said, at the end of the each of them playing each other, they'll now go to play, a final where, an eventual winner will emerge. So Salifu league withdrawal. I mean, you were there today, so briefly, how was it like? And generally, looks like the IMC must be feeling very happy and accomplished with uh, being able to at least come up with this draw and setting a date for resumption of the league.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting one yesterday. We had well full of events. Although even though some self-acclaimed club owners decided to boycott the event, but the event still went ahead yesterday. Out of the 20 clubs, only three clubs were present at the draw. Three
Okay.
club chairmen were present at the club. 17 of them boycott the event.
Yeah.
And those the three clubs who were present at the event were the Remonsters, the newcomer Doma United, and the Aqua United. The rest were officials absent in line with their threats that they are not going to be part of the draw.
Yeah.
If IMC insisted to go ahead with their big league, that they then wanted a full league format. They wanted to play full league format. If IMC insists that they'll go ahead with it, they're not going to be part of the draw. But how far they are going to go with their threat, we are yet to see. Sometimes something is very funny. For instance, what you don't owe, you don't you don't use as a bargain. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that you must be the owner of something. If you're not the owner of an asset, if you don't own an asset,
Yeah.
you don't use as a guarantee or to bargain for something. For instance, if you're not the owner of the phone, you can't use this phone, I've used this phone to bargain. What I'm trying to say in essence is that all those self-acclaimed club owners are not the owner of the club. They don't own the club. They are just an
Actually,
appointee.
government appointees.
They are just an appointee of government officials. And if you decided that I don't know how far they are going to carry that, I'm saying that I don't know how a servant will decide to say that I'm going to hold on to this. Because if the owner of the club, the government, the governor who owns the club, the government who finds the government, decided to if they decide to go ahead, government can appoint another person. So if you are tired of the job, government will appoint and will find an perfect replacement, and that person will do your job very perfectly. So to me, I feel those club owners, like the IZ, the chairman of the affluent club owner,
Yeah.
they have no peace. They are just like a dog who just barking for water. They can't carry out any threat because first and foremost, the league is owned by the Nigerian Football Federation.
Yeah.
The Nigerian football is the custodian of football in this country, and the custodian of football, who are the Nigerian Football Federation, has given a go ahead
Yeah.
for the IMC to go ahead with their big league based on the scenario. You recall last season, the Confederation Cup could not end.
Yeah.
before they have to submit it because of the time they have to submit it. They have to hurriedly submit the name of one form
Yeah.
to represent Nigeria, at the confederation form. And now while most of the season are already at the middle of their season,
Oh.
we are about to start the season. And how are you going to catch up?
Oh.
That's an excuse given to IMC that they
Yeah.
want to go to run a pitch. How are you going to catch up with another league? Because by the end of May, the CAF are not going to wait for Nigeria until Nigeria finishes their league.
Yeah.
So you have to nominate, have to select your representative who represents the continent. And if you don't have to win, if you don't have a top who finish at the top, who are you going to are you going just to bilaterally by shooting or by election to nominate? Although some of the clubs have suggested that okay, according to the IMC chairman, that if by adventure they not end the league before the CAF requested for a representative of the country, those that represent Nigeria at this class season, should go back and represent them. Is that going to work that way? Eh? So it's not going to go work that. And at the same time, another option they also give IMC that okay, at the time CAF would have requested the top three should be given opportunity. And we have seen the situation where with 2 months to go, the top three will not be the top three at the end of the season. So what are you going to do? Who are you going to deprive at the end of the day and the other person? So to me, I feel the IMC, the club owner, they have to fall in. So we are waiting to see January 8th, either they are going to show up at the club, either they are going to show up at the match venue. Then at the time they're not showing up, but by the time you need to see a walkover and then we walk over. At the end of the we are going to say, and I believe that if we are not going to play the club, the governor who are the owner of the club, the governor even own the club, the government who are the owner of the club will definitely react and they will definitely appoint whoever. If you are not going to do it, somebody will be appointed to do your job for it. And I'm not interested in taking away from that before yesterday that the IMC, the chairman of IMC, is threatening. And I hope that they'll be able to carry out their threats and implement some of those things because we know what has been happened last season, the hooliganism, the inflation of the speed of the pitch by the fans, angry fans. What happened at the canopy, that what happened at the Casino United. Several examples that happened last year. So the IMC have threatened that if any club that cannot control their fans, and then if there's any record of incident and the match advance them, the home team will lose 3 points.
Yeah.
Straight. You see, there's nothing like even sanctioning for any financial on any financial sanction. For the best that they will slap you 3 points. By that they deduct your 3 points, you know that you are losing point and you are going to relegation. Then you'll be forced to caution your fans. And to me, I feel that is the way to go. That is the way to go if they are be able to carry out their
Carry it out,
and
yeah,
implement what they are saying. So I think that let's give the IMC, they are just an interim management. Let's give them opportunities and let's see what they are going to do by then. And another thing that is the work from the graveyard, what we are likely to see, the work against the interest of the IMC. That the IMC was only put in place the collaboration with the minister and the Nigeria Football Federation. They also took out a legal framework back in those days, and this was one of the things the IMC they likely going to suffer. Now there's a threat by the total promotion who are claiming that they own the broadcasting rights of the league. And for what we are seeing, according to the source that at the early stage of this, we may likely not going to see the league on the television, both on the television and already on the local state television. So, and this is also the thing. If you don't get to see what you match on television, then what's the improvement? What is the make of the league? But not everybody can have access to it. Not everybody is in Nigeria. Those outside Nigeria want to watch Nigeria and you don't have access to it. Then all everything will be will boil down to in my own view if you don't have the right instruction. So with all the IMC, earlier the bed and Nigeria Football Federation and both the government to ensure that all the legal frameworks will be put in place for IMC to give them legal backing so that they can be able to navigate some of those hurdles.
Right, still on the draws, president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Graham Gusau, has applauded the IMC for its efforts to reposition the league following the conduct of the draw which held yesterday. He said, "Let me state clearly that the NFF is satisfied with the efforts of the IMC headed by Benga Elegbele and has been making to rebrand and reposition the NPFL since inauguration. The NFF commends the IMC and all its members for the highly successful preseason tournament held earlier in the month and also for the actualization of the draw. The commitment to engineer changes that will deliver a vibrant Nigeria league and viable football economy in the country remains as firm as ever." Of course, Minister of Youth and Sport was presented by Chief of Staff Abba Yula at the event. I mean, just like you said earlier, a lot of statements were being made. By NFL president has come to give kudos to the IMC. But like we said consistently, all these things you said yesterday, like you're saying, hope these are things that will be carried out because in Nigeria, like we always say, conceptualization of plans and all of that has never been a problem, but it comes to implementation. And this fact you rose about, you just raised about, you know, some group of persons, threatening to, not show the lead on court. I think this is very important. All those things need to, be sorted out so that January 8th will come. Remember what happened even was it last year or 2 years ago? League was supposed to begin in November. November came, nothing happened, and it was until December. So we hope that January 8th will come and won't get an excuse that due to some unforeseen circumstances, the league has been postponed by 1 month. Things like this.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, you're very correct.
mm,
I will pray that anything of sort doesn't happen.
yeah,
The IMC is just an interim manager, just like I see it.
very well.
And the personality
Mm,
involved
yeah,
are people that have their name to protect.
mm,
And in as much as they say you don't go out for person, but the personality involved is the like of maybe a former DJ or a commission, former lawmaker, that
yeah,
someone has to be so
of course.
and
Mm,
it is a suitable position for
very
God.
well.
So Elegbele has everything, has a name to protect.
Mm,
And I still see Elegbele, see somebody who still have an ambition in politics, and somebody who have an ambition in politics,
yeah,
you always have to be careful on how you do and how you move around.
exactly.
Because these are some of the things people will make reference to anytime you raise your figure up. So as far as Elegbele, you know, as somebody who knows that he still have a very loud, who has a very ambition, when it comes to politics, it's somebody who wants to be very in the near future, who knows what can say. He has a potential. He has a potential to be the governor of Ondo State.
Yeah,
So he has a potential to come. Several offers are before him. So he definitely aware of this, and he definitely know that he needs to know that he has
mm,
a name to protect. Because some of the things, if you are not careful, some of those kind of assignments, if you can mind your rubbish in terms of in your career. So definitely, we know Elevate has a name to protect, and he definitely has to be careful on how he do it. So that's why I have to put confidence that being on his antecedent, what he has done in the past, he definitely stand out and definitely try to implement some of those things. He has said that I don't promise what I don't do. I don't promise what I can't do.
yeah,
And that is what I give kudos to him. Sometimes we know that politicians have a fun of making several promises, but he has said that I don't promise what I can do. And like you say, the preseason tournament that they held, the winner was given 100,000. A check of 100 million was presented to the winner. And that is true. And yes, from 50,000 naira, 50 million
yeah,
prize money, they jack it to 100 million. I think going to do okay. When people ask you what happened to the just of the asking the backlog of the indemnity of the property, so well, some people were responsible for that. So for God, and these are some of the things that's why legal framework to be given to people so that they can be able to navigate and they are able to ask right questions. And also, the EFCC, they as a corruption agents also need to get into action to get at those things. But just like you say, because sometimes there's no fire, there's no smoke without fire. Some of those teams that put up promotions and
yeah,
all those club activities by
very
club
well.
owners
Mm,
that are also kicking against. We know all where all those things are coming from. They are coming from. These are the allies of the previous LMC. So these are the people who are allies, they are loyal. So they are not happy that the status quo has been revised.
yeah,
That what used to be there have been taken off from them. And if they take off from you, you want to fight. And that they are silently trying to fight and then to protect NPFL. But I strongly believe that going by the way it is, for instance, and Sheikh Gusu, in terms of Nigerian Football Federation, yes, you have his own shortcomings, but if you say Gusu as a typical Northerner, is somebody who doesn't believe in psychophants or he stand by his word and whatever he say he want to be. And that's why if the president, the Nigerian Football Federation, who are the owners of the league, have given a backing, and just like you give a thumbs up for what the IMC are doing, and it's only certified, then who are you? Who else?
yeah.
So anybody can go ahead, but I believe that even the total promotion, whatever that we know people are behind those agitations that are going on, but those people they have their limitations.
All right, we'll quickly go on a break and when we come back, Spot Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
I'll come back from that break. It's still sports. Orbit now to a next story where two Nigerian players that's talking about Daniel Nya and Wasiu Chibon are close to finalizing moves to the Zambian Premier League club Zesco United. Chimo, who is moving to Zesco United from NPFL side Kwa United, according to reports, arrived Lusaka on Tuesday to sign his contract, while Nya, a central defender with Aqua United, landed in Lusaka yesterday, Wednesday. He's coming as a replacement for Sudanese defender Peter Mayang, who has been released by the club. Well, I don't know if this kind of story is something to, should I call it a cheering news, or because I mean, in this time and age, you wouldn't expect, not that, not to downplay the Zambian league or anything like that, but come on, if we are to speak the facts, you shouldn't, in this time and age, we shouldn't be seeing Nigerian players leaving NPFL sides to go and play in Zambia. This time around, I think we used to hear of going to Asia, Qatar, and the rest of them, but going to Zambia, I mean, that's just to tell you the state of our league. If a player, I mean, from the NPFL will opt to go and continue playing straight in Zambia, because at least I've seen the Zambian league several times on TV also, and maybe I might be wrong, but from the standard of play and what I've seen, it's not too better than Nigerian league. Maybe it could be the remuneration, which I believe will be the major driving force here. But I mean, if Nigerian, I really don't see, like I said, not downplaying the Zambian league. Maybe South Africa, yes, but moving from the NPFL to Zambia, well, I don't know how that sounds to me.
It's some for me. I have a different view, in the sense that sometimes when player move from one club to another, several factors are involved, and just like what you say, it would be best the start of the play, first the
Monetary,
the contract terms,
yeah,
and the monetary terms, and at the same time the environmental terms. So several factors are involved. Even in the past, when Nigerian league was at its peak, we still have the players moving from there to people who are not playing and have the goals and the like of the cases and that.
yeah, Mimosa. But then, I mean, those clubs were,
So even at that time, Nigerian league was at the high peak
yeah,
compared to those league clubs. So moving to Jesco United and Zambia's league, well, it could be several factors. Just like I said,
yeah,
there may be where you have the Para United or the other part from
Aqua
Para United,
United.
Aqua United. Maybe you have lost your positions there, or you are struggling, you are so lost your requirement at the club, and you don't have no find. So you have to find a way to where you can play regularly. It could be that.
yeah.
So several factors can maybe okay at Para United one, Aqua United where I am. Somebody has taken my place and I'm no longer comfortable where I'm. So I need to
It could
find
still be money. It could be that the offer from Zesco is far better than what any MPFL team is offering.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So several factors are involved. You will not likely depending on the politics of
yeah,
the
very
other
well.
side of the league.
All right. For Morocco, that's talking about the CHAN team. They are actually threatening to boycott the 2023 CHAN. This is due to some issues they actually have with Algeria. According to Morocco, World News, they demanded that the Atlas Lions home based team be able to travel on a direct flight on Morocco's flag carrier, as well, Air Morocco, from the capital, Rabat, to Constantine, the city that will host their matches. And for them, they said, should that condition not be fulfilled, Morocco will not take part in the competition. Morocco are defending champions and also hold the record for the most titles held, along with DR Congo with 2 titles each. Well, I think the genesis of this problem is more diplomatic issues with Morocco and Algeria, citing attempts from its neighbor Algeria to destabilize the country and accuse Rabat of playing a part in wildfires that involved Algeria last year. So a whole lot of issues. They have been threatening this issue. Algeria too they haven't been in good terms with Morocco as well. So Morocco are saying, well, if some of these conditions are not met, then we are going to boycott the tournament.
So that means don't get I read the question of that anytime they have a match, they have to fly from Morocco to go and play the match and come back there. Their team should stay in Nigeria.
No, I mean, they are insisting that they will, they have a national carrier. They want to use their national carrier. There should be a liberty to be able to fly to the venue
And play the
of the
match
tournament,
and fly back to
of course,
Morocco.
which is, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but Algeria have a different view. And because of the tense relations, this is understandable. Morocco and Algeria don't have the best of relations. So, and in these issues, sometimes the government might feel, for the safety of our players, let's do this thing so that something, you won't travel to Algeria, stay a day more, and something happens. So it's just for the safety of our players, this taking precautions. Don't forget that this country currently are having serious diplomatic issues.
Absolutely, I would say. These are the countries we feel that they are
Yeah.
Arab brothers.
Yeah, no, but sometimes we see them like that, but sometimes Italian they don't always.
This kind of things can happen.
Yeah,
TV,
but
not
exactly.
African.
Sometimes they don't always see
We
themselves
only
like
see
that.
them as
Yeah,
Arab brothers.
yeah, exactly.
Well, just like you say, it's more diplomatic
Yeah.
than more. It's not particular.
No
It's not
football
about
at all,
football. It's
yeah.
not diplomatic issue. And sometimes when your country have issues, they have issues, diplomatic issues with another country, then you have to
Caution must be taken.
caution
Yeah,
has must be
very
taken.
well.
Also, for them to go and say that okay, I will participate, but to fly directly,
Exactly.
after the match and come back. It's also what definitely because of the issue, the CAF have to intervene and
Yeah.
the CAF have to look at it and take the decisive decision that will be best for the tournament.
Exactly, because Morocco are defending champions of the tournament. I mean, I recall when Nigeria couldn't participate in 1996. It wasn't for footballing reasons, but
South Africa,
yeah, exactly. Nigeria had issues with South Africa, and then President Mandela had told the Nigeria head of state Abacha that look, the security of your players is not guaranteed in my country. And Abacha felt, well, if you can't guarantee the security of my players, so why are they traveling? It's like your child is coming to my house, and I say, well, if your child is coming to my house, it's on his own. Meaning anything that happens to him, we are not taking responsibility. So for exactly, so sometimes these things are beyond football, and for to just take precaution to avoid these things. Anyway, away from that now to some news where Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., that's the son of Cristiano Ronaldo, has been released by United. Recall that the United team had been playing with the club youth team since the start of last season. However, Ronaldo's senior departure from United means that Junior is also set to find a new club. And very often you see this happen. A lot of players who have children who play football, wherever they move to a club, you know, except I can't remember which player, except in some cases where they move and they feel okay, this academy is good for my son, so let him remain there. But in this case, maybe Ronaldo feels, well, since I'm not here, maybe he should also should move on. Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
and if you're looking at the scenario that led to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
then there's no how Ronaldo will guarantee himself to remain in the United Academy. They have to move on. So from the room, have the guy have to move him back to the Madrid Academy.
Yeah, yeah, true, exactly. So we had that. Anyway, to some other Premier League news where, like, told you yesterday, Man City against Leeds, and it was a 3-1 encounter in that one, and Haaland was on the score sheet twice. He scored, and making that 20 goals, and by scoring that, he made record by being the first person in the Premier League to reach 20 goals in just 14 games. What an incredible record! I mean, at this way he's going, I won't be surprised if Haaland ends up scoring 40 Premier League goals by the end of the season.
You have to see the half of the season.
No, that's what I'm saying. In 14 matches, you scored 20 already.
You have to
Exactly.
20 goals. And that is, if you look at it, 20 goals in the 14 match, that's almost like two goals per match.
Yeah.
And with almost 24 matches to go.
To go, exactly.
Absolutely, even though he scored one goal.
Yeah.
One goal per match, and immediately and being somebody who has scored, he has scored hat-trick 2 times. He has in this. So definitely he may like reach a 40 goal match.
Very, very, very possible. Very possible. All right, to some other news for Kylian Mbappe. Even though the World Cup is over for him, he said the heartbreak of losing that final will never be something that he'll be able to get over in a hurry. He said, I think I'm never going to get over it. Speaking 10 days after that final, He said, I said to my teammates, there is no reason why the club should pay the price for the failure of the national team. There are two different situations. But irrespective of that, the World Cup are going to still in. But, I mean, like they say, the show must go on. Club football is back. And he's back in the team. And yesterday he was in action also scoring in that one. While Neymar, unfortunately, was sent off after receiving 2 yellow cards in that one.
Wow, that's a bad one for them. For Kylian I think Kylian don't need to regret about the World Cup.
Yeah.
But to me, he achieved a lot. He was a winner 4 years ago, and I think it is even for him, for a club to get back to the final
Exactly.
after 4 years. It's a great achievement. But in the history, you don't have some record are not common for you to play in the final and then get back to the final in subsequent edition. Why even in some cases, in several cases, the champions won't even get out in the first round.
Yeah.
But here you break all the record and then get to the final. I think he don't need to worry about it much. And he still has very age in his side.
Exactly.
He start to watch in US, Canada, and Mexico 2026. So there's not much to worry about for him. You should just let it go and focus on his football career.
Yeah, finally, before we leave, Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni is set to renew his contract with the national team. According to the Football Federation President Claudio Tapia, he said he's confident that Scaloni will extend his contract with the current team. He said currently he's the coach of the national team, and from his performance so far, the coach just won the World Cup. As long as it's expected, except maybe they're having issues or exactly. But
you don't really need to.
at all in this case, it's expected that you give him a contract. And remember when he was even first given this contract, it was more of on an interim basis, But he went on, won the Copa America, and from there they felt, okay, since you are able to at least bring a title home, why don't you even carry on with the team?
Watch several Argentine coaches.
Yeah. Great coaches, indeed.
Coaches after 1986 have not been able to achieve.
Yeah.
He has achieved in the space of 3 years. Or
Yeah,
3 years.
3 years. 2018.
2 years. Argentina has played several in the Copa America, getting to the final several when they were able to go together. But for him, even though Eda is a good coach compared to his predecessor, but one is that he has a lock sign on his face.
No, of course. Sometimes these things happen.
Yes, he has a lock sign on his face.
Remember a certain Roberto Di Matteo.
Yeah. Yes, it may not
So
be
these things happen.
who actually
Yeah.
common one to Chelsea. So it may not be a fantastic coach, but during his era, Argentina has been able to right many wrongs. So won Copa America. The Copa America, how do they call it? The championship between Europa champions and the Copa America. They also won them. And we think they played 3 giant trophies, which Argentina has been doing for years. And so they have to give him. It's expected that they will renew the contract, and we are not surprised by that action.
All right, that's our show for today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll bring you another episode of the program. Tomorrow will be Friday, and hopefully it will be our last show for the year, and hopefully it's going to be an exciting and interesting package for you. Salifo, thank you for being on the show today once again.
Thank you.
All right, until we come your way tomorrow, do stay safe out there. My name is Apa Acho, and it's bye-bye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.